Indiana. Indiana, Indiana, Indiana. Wow. Just wow. There is a chance. There is a very, very real chance that the Indiana Pacers actually have a shot at this title. I just watched today, and there was so many different guys that just put together an unreal performance on the Indiana Pacers side. And on top of that, I've never seen the OKC Thunder look rattled, especially because of their young age. And the turnovers. The turnovers were absurd. Like, it was the level of turnovers that they were giving other teams all year. And they've come out today and they've given us exactly what everyone else was getting from them. I have so many thoughts about this game. I'm just trying to get them together slowly while I'm sitting here talking about it. First thing I need to say, first and foremost, before I go any further, is you know how much I've spoken about Benedict Mathurin as long as this channel has even been a thing. This, as one of the first videos I uploaded on this channel at the start of this season, I'm not going to count last year because the videos were scattered last year and it was all over the place and whatnot. Benedict Mathurin is that good of a player. And I don't know how many times I have to say it before people get the recognition and people give him the recognition that he actually deserves. But he could start on damn near every basketball team in the association. He is that good of a basketball player. Like, every time he shot the ball tonight, it just went in. He was doing the little things. He was getting rebounds. He was scoring the ball literally whenever they needed him to. Him and TJ McConnell as a collective group off that bench were just absurd today. Like, I reckon pretty much every one of TJ McConnell's assists today was on a dish to Benedict. Like, they're just insane. Like, it was just an incredible performance from Benedict and, to be honest, TJ McConnell. He had 2 inbound steals in an NBA Finals game, which I don't know if it's you blame the OKC Thunder for that, for a lapse of judgment, or you just blame TJ McConnell for being an absolute dog and just wanting the ball more than anyone else on the court. Because we know for the longest time throughout TJ McConnell's career, that has been basically his mantra. It's the whole reason that he gets kept around on the Pacers and has been for so long is because he comes off that bench and you know exactly what you're going to get every single day. It's incredible. Like, I can't stop going back to me at the start of this playoff series, telling everyone that this is the best playoff team that is in the playoffs. Like, superstars aside and role players aside, from the collective unit from 1 to 10, if I'm picking a unit that started in this playoffs, I'm picking the Indiana Pacers. Because the OKC Thunder, as good as their depth is as well, there's question marks from 8, 9, and 10. You've got like your Caruso's, like Isaiah Joe is a question mark when he comes on the floor. And that's really like, you know, you've got your other bench pieces that they sort of have. But outside of those couple of guys off the OKC Thunder's bench, it has a dramatic fall off in how effective it is. Because you go to that Indiana Pacers bench, you have Benedict Mathurin coming off the bench, you have TJ McConnell coming off the bench, you have Thomas Bryant coming off the bench, who hasn't given the greatest minutes in this final series. I feel like he's just been attacked on the defensive side of the ball every time he stood on the floor. But there was that Game 5 effort against the Timberwolves where he hit like 4 straight threes and basically sent the Timberwolves home. Like, you have those moments from him, and like all of those guys all together, they just mesh so well and it just works. I don't understand it. Like, it just works. Andrew Nemhard had some of the, he is so smooth with the basketball. I was not familiar with Andrew Nemhard for probably until their finals run last year, or the conference finals run, I should say. Conference finals run last year. He is such a good scorer. It's kind of concerning because he is still technically a role player on that Indiana team. But he is such a good basketball scorer that he could probably go on to another team and do exactly what I said Benedict Mathurin could do. It's just... I have nothing but props for the Pacers today. Tyrese Halliburton heard the noise and did exactly what everybody wanted Tyrese Halliburton to do. Every time he seemed to shoot the ball, it would go in the basketball hoop. It was that sort of day for Tyrese. He just does it. I don't understand what is going on with Tyrese with the fact that, he will have one game where nobody expects him to do anything. They completely count him out and say, you are just, you're not even an all-star. And every talking head on the TV for the last 4 weeks, I've seen it pop up on my feed every single day, is Tyrese Halliburton a superstar? Is Tyrese Halliburton this? Is Tyrese Halliburton that? It just goes and goes and goes. And, you sort of understand why, because he has these games where he just does absolutely nothing, like Game 2, and no one expects him to, do anything. And then he comes out this game, and every time the ball is in his hands, something's going to happen. It's just... I don't know. It's one of those talking points with Tyrese Halliburton where it always sort of just happens. If he could get that slightly bit more consistent, it would be so much better for their offense and everybody that's involved in it. He is always going to create the offense, so I have no doubt about that. But it's also the fact of him scoring the ball. Because if he's not scoring the ball, it really hurts them on the offensive side of the ball. Because you have to then have those games like Benedict did tonight, like TJ McConnell did tonight, where these scorers, where in some games you don't expect them to do anything, they have to then go out and give you these all-star performances. Luckily enough, they did that tonight and they had no problems. OKC, I don't really know what I can say. Chet Holmgren had an amazing first quarter, 9 points or so. Shea was always going to do what Shea does. Shea scores the ball, gets into his mid-range, finds his spots. His deflections on the defensive side of the ball. I reckon he led the team in steals for this game. Outside of Alex Caruso, who we know for the longest time through this playoff run, Alex Caruso has just plucked the ball from anyone that stood in front of him. Lou Dort had that first quarter where he went 3 for 3 from 3. You take those if you're the OKC Thunder. And the fact that you can't win off that sort of hurts because I think in the end he went 4 from 5 and I think he missed the biggest shot of the night. It would have cut the lead to 4 points and would have changed the whole game, but that was the one that he unfortunately missed and kind of ruined all the chances for the OKC Thunder in the process. It's Gainbridge Fieldhouse. You expect the Pacers to win. You're always going to back the home team to some extent. But a lot of people, myself included, I had the OKC Thunder winning it in 5 games. And now the shortest route for the OKC to win the finals is 6 games. Back at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. They're a chance. There is a real life world where the Indiana Pacers win this series. And I reckon just about every talking head from every single series that they've played in this season expected them to lose. The Cavs series, definitely. The Milwaukee, I reckon people were even backing them to lose in the Milwaukee series. And then against the Knicks. I reckon people had the Knicks as well because they had the home court advantage. They had this and that. They're doing it time and time and time again. It's blowing my mind. It seriously is. A lot of these guys, you put on an NBA roster and you say, all right, be the first option. They're not going to be able to do it Oh, last person I also have to highlight, by the way, Pascal Siakam. After, what I said last game about him not attacking the basket at all, that first quarter was exactly what I wanted to see from him. He was catching the ball on the block, he was going at the mismatch, and he was scoring the basketball. He didn't quite do it for the last 3 quarters because that's sort of when the bench role took over and the bench was the scoring, and then Tyrese happened and all the rest of that. But when they needed a bucket in that first quarter, they gave it to Pascal Siakam and he scored the ball without a problem. And that is exactly what I wanted from Pascal Siakam throughout this, from last game, because there wasn't even a quarter last game where he thought about doing it. So I got nothing but props for this Indiana team at the moment. It's just incredible to me what they're doing and how they're doing it. Like, when you actually watch this team and say to yourself that this team is a very, very good basketball team. I reckon at the start of the season, they probably weren't even top 10 in odds to go all the way. To be completely honest. It's incredible. I don't really have any other words to say for it. Series goes 2-1 Indiana's way. We got another game at the Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Huge game. I think if the Indiana Pacers win this next one at home and the OKC Thunder go down 3-1, as good as this OKC team is, I think they're still too young to come back from down 3-1. It's only ever happened once in a final series. I'm not going to talk about it because one of the people that was a part of it was on my wall, but he was a part of, the other side of it. I'm not going there. But yeah, I think if they win this next game, this series is over. The Pacers will win one of the next 3 games if it were to end up going like that. So it is an absolute must-win for the OKC Thunder. Shea, I expect him to do everything that we expect from Shea. Need a little bit more out of Jalen Williams. That's one of the biggest things so far this series is Jalen Williams' offense has not been there like it was in that Timberwolves series. In that Timberwolves series, he was absolutely eating them apart. Like, he pulled apart their defense. He was getting to his side. He had a slightly better game today in terms of offense. Game which would have given them half a chance. The game was already sort of over by that point, if you ask me, but there's always a chance, especially from some of the stuff we've seen from Indiana this playoff, sorry. He needs to get back to his spots. He hit 1 3-point jump shot this game. And as much as of a driver and as good as he is getting to the ring, I need to see Jalen Williams take more than 1 shot in a game. Because that's really all I can say. You just need more out of Jalen Williams. That's basically all I've got for today. Pacers take an amazing win out. And there is a real-world possibility where the OKC Thunder lose this series due to unpopular belief. But yeah, that's about it for today. I'm actually here on time for once, giving you a video, so I'm very happy about that. I've actually had the time to do it. Don't mind my hair. I'm going for a haircut after this game. It's sort of all over the place at the moment. I don't really want to talk about it. But I'm going right now. So when the new video comes out, this will be completely changed. It looks terrible, I know. Anyway, regardless of the fact, we're not here to talk about my hair. I will see you guys in 48 hours because the game actually flips over. It's a 48-hour flip. This between games 3 and 4. It's not actually the 3-day break like the other 3 games have been. So 48 hours time, we'll be back here after game 4 and we will see if this series is all but concluded or not, which is just it's crazy to say. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in 48 hours. Love you guys. Bye.